We've just walked a little way around from the north entrance. We're now like round here somewhere, right? And these two trees, these two officially old and valuable trees. You can see that these are recognised old and valuable trees, designated as such by the Leisure and Cultural Services Department. Usually the trees have to be 1 metre across. That's the usual criterion for being an officially recognised old and valuable tree. But these are quite an unusual species, and they're certainly unusually large and splendid examples of their species. So, and of course these trees were here before we did the design, so they were retained, and the land all around them was retained in its existing levels and slope. So nothing was done except maybe a bit of damage, around there where the retaining wall is, and the U-channel behind the retaining wall. That probably damaged that tree a little bit, but obviously it didn't hurt it that much. So I suppose this is a good place to finish up. These lovely, magnificent existing trees. These are the assets of the site. So what I've been trying to explain as we walk around is that the existing topography, the existing trees are assets, right, that you can't buy. You can't buy this for any money, and so incorporated, you need to learn how the trees respond and behave to different situations, and then so that you can design accordingly, maximize the impact of the this is like capital. This is just like capital. This is your design capital, so don't blow it, right? Look after it, save it. And so before we actually finish, Ivan and Danny have been very patiently wandering around and holding my phone while I'm doing roly-poly and stuff. So, Danny, can I ask you? I mean, we've known one another 5 years or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so Danny does not come from a landscape design background, which I think makes your opinion even more valuable. So, can I just ask a very open question? I mean, what do you think about what we've been doing today? And is there something that you would like to say to our landscape students before we finish?
Well, it's an eye-opening exercise because I don't come from a landscape design background, but I find out there's a lot of thought to it. Like, for example, you have to hire away those gum tap, those we call human bones container,
bone pots.
And then and it's interesting to know that there's so I wasn't aware there's so many tombs here. Then I asked myself, hey, why would the government allow to have a park around this? Maybe you what you say is quite right. When you find a place that is not that usable, then we have a park. But
because nobody's going to live in a flat or housing right next to the grave.
Exactly. But now you see, there's so many housing estates surrounding this park. I mean, they're also surrounding the tomb.
Yes.
And I was quite surprised. And then now the Yuen Long Town Park become a landmark here, right? So is it become a center, like a city center of it, or it's only this is the only park for the citizen of Yuen Long?
I think that it's not the only park. I mean, because actually the housing estates and the have their own open spaces, and there are smaller parks and open spaces around town. But this is the main one. This is the main kind of park, if you like, in Yuen Long.
But then I also find out there's so many high school here and private housing estates.
Right.
But it's interesting to know, this you have waterfall, you have this little but today we can walk into it. The aviary, the pagoda, and so quite interesting to me. It's quite unique in Hong Kong. This is what I think. Maybe I should consider of enrolling in the PDLA.
Excellent idea. Okay, Ivan, do you have anything that you'd like to add? It's the best course ever. You ask Ivan. Ivan designed it, right? So it must be.
Trying to flip the phone around. Maybe I can't do it. We'll start a new video.